There's something about the weather these days, and the sun and the shadows it paints across your face. And it's Monday, and it's June, and spring and our city are torn in two. And the rivers are sated, but the rains still fall. And the question mark of your mouth says it all, and your scallop eyes still stir me like they used to, only more, because these days they seem a little sad. Though maybe they've always been that way, and I just never noticed before. And nobody ever writes letters anymore, and I understand why, but I still wish they would. And someday I'd like to be written in a song, and you sing like a city under siege, and you strum like ancient ruins and revolution and rum. And shyness is all right, and your teeth are all right, and you have no sense of style, but I don't mind, it's all right. And tarot cards and paisley and kielbasa are all right, and sometimes we fall into bed together, plastered like words on a wall in the night. And I like the way you move inside of me, and I like it best the way you do it in the morning, when your hair smells like smoke and your mouth is full of sleep. And I'd like to see you move through books and rivers and aisles crammed with tchotchkes white-haired women used to keep. And turning onto off-ramps and crossing state lines is a lot like love, because people say love feels a lot like coming home. And maybe I'm just in love with words, like some men are in love with the beat of a drum or with their fingers on nylon strings or on another person's tongue. And sometimes I wonder if I've shared too much or not enough, and other times I think you know exactly what I mean. Even in those moments when I've said the reverse, or said nothing at all, or said something about my dog or about this girl I used to know. And that makes me kind of nervous, the way psychics have made me nervous, since this psychic made me cry once, but I guess it's all right. And you taste like 17 different shades of green, and you stay hidden up your sleeve, and sometimes I can't help it, I just bleed and sneeze and seethe and spill my brains in a torrent of bourbon. And I think we should rally and howl and dance and spit like fire and drive down south and let our hair grow out in tangles and drink to those people who wave their fists and who shout, "Hey, sir or madam, what's the big idea?" Wishing with pickled urgency the big idea had been theirs. And some days it was, and other days it will be, and at times it even is, like as in this very instant. Only they haven't got a clue. Because maybe they're standing too close to the hole, and so maybe they can see only one of its corners, or maybe they've gotten the angle wrong and the perspective is all off, and so the idea that is big has been made to look small. And you should know that I know nothing, and you should know that you are everything and nothing, and 10,000 things, and any given thing. And coming very soon to a stoop near you is another dirty hippie chick, dripping on copper chains and tripping on skirts and tripping all over herself to make you come over here and have a look at something, all right? And maybe you've already seen this before, and maybe you see it like every day, but maybe you've never really seen it, or asked what it's all about. Or maybe you have, and maybe I know nothing. And by now, you should know that I know nothing, and you should know that I rarely brush my teeth before bed. And I'd like to point out, if I haven't already, that the coins thrown into fountains are fewer these days, and something tells me you might know exactly why that is. And something tells me you know nothing, except that pedestrians have given up on wishing, and police officers are all praying for a coup. And the chain will swell, and the crowd will come loose. It won't be held back, and it cannot keep up with what it's become, which is everything and nothing and everything and nothing, and any one through 10,000 things, and the mother of all those things, and I'm just watching from the sidelines, and I'm just biding my time, and I'm wet hissing in the corner, taking issue with religion like a churlish radiator on a dark, quiet January afternoon, and I've discarded at least half of what I've been told is true, like torn silk stockings on a stranger's bedroom floor. And I cannot be bothered to vacuum it, and I cannot be bothered to practice scaling chords, and I cannot be bothered with a job. And you should know that I know nothing, and I know what you are, and it's all right. I know nothing, but I know what you are.